Hello, my name is Mary.
And my name is Christine.
And we are sisters, and we are the co-hosts of the weekly podcast, Dawson Cries. If you're new to the show and you're not in the know, each week my sister and I call each other to talk about the show that we have never seen before. Despite its massive cult following, we are totally oblivious to the plot, and we call each other every week to discuss the crazy happenings that take place on the Cape side. So my sister and I are very close. We have a nice relationship, but we were both getting extremely bogged down and depressed in our conversations just because of the sad state of the world. And we thought we need to reclaim some of the happy childhood. We need to talk about something a little more lighthearted than the grim Reaper situation we have happening. So we decided to watch the show together and to bond over it and sort of relate it to what's going on in today's pop culture. So Dawson Cries was born. We like to say that Dawson cries so that we don't have to. My sister's going to kick us off. This is the season 2 finale. It is wild and crazy. There's a whole hell of a lot going on. I wrote double the amount of notes that I usually do, so buckle up, listeners. You're about to have a 3-hour podcast.
Oh, God. All right, listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Dawson Cries. This one opens like many other episodes of Dawson's Creek have opened in the past, and I'm guessing many more will open in the future. We are at Dawson's bedroom. And Joey and Dee are lying on his bed, very romantically. They look real cozy. And they're watching an old-timey movie, a love story. And, it seems to be going fine, but then Dawson pauses it just out of nowhere. And Joey is like, hey, what's going on? Why are you pausing the movie? And Dawson's fed up because the love story is not looking like it's going to have a happy ending. And, Joey's like, well, that's overly romanticized anyway. Dawson says, I prefer a happy ending. If the characters aren't coming together at the end, it's a tragedy. It's not a romance. But Joey feels a little differently. She says that she actually prefers the sad stories because in a way they are the true romances. Because in spite of the characters' circumstances, which is making them, making it impossible for them to find love with each other in reality, they, in fact, never stop loving each other personally. Which is a romantic thought. Kind of depressing because it's like you're loving, but you can never act on it.
Right.
But
it makes sense if you're afraid of having sex, why that would be a desire.
Yeah, it's safer. It's safer to just have your fantasy and dream about it and never do anything in real life. But Joey kind of says like, oh well, or Dawson, excuse me, says to Joey, well, will you, if the circumstances happen in a certain way, will you never stop loving me? And Joey's like real cute. She's really good at the little coy smile. And she's just like, well, that won't happen to us because we get the happy ending.
Right.
Aw, Mary, they're so sappy in love.
They're very sappy. They're very over-the-top lovey-dovey. But it's also getting very hot and heavy. And I feel like Dawson really wants, to give her the D.
Yeah.
The way he's behaving, it's a lot more sensual than the Dawson I'm used to. But his language is very much the same. He's saying things like, it's too torturous. I think that's how he begins this episode, is with that line. As we're coming in hot right off the top.
Oh, D.
Classic D. But this was a really interesting scene because it gave us their two different perspectives on love. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it only gets more intense from there.
Oh,
Dawson, Dawson seeks out some life advice from his mother because he's a mama's boy. And he wants to know about secrets. And basically Gail gives him this like really great advice that he can either confront the person directly, because he says like, what do you do if like you know a secret about someone,
oh man, I couldn't even
person you love. It's like, what if you love someone and you know that you have a bad secret about someone that the person you love, who they love? Like, I can't even form the sentence.
I know.
And Gail's like, well, you should either tell the person you love directly about the secret about the person they love, or you shouldn't tell the person you love anything and go straight to the person who has a secret from the person you love and confront them. And Dawson's very impressed with his advice. He's like, Dad's got nothing on you. And I'm like, well, I agree with that. But the advice was just talk to people in your life. Like, that's very simple advice.
I wonder if Mitch was just like, what? Who? What person is in love? Mitch was probably like, I'm totally lost.
Mitch would be like, is this about me and Kennedy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, props to Gail for even following that. That's why she's an award-winning journalist getting a job offer in Philly. I was just like...
Right.
I was like, I'm not even going to bother trying to write that down.
No, yeah. She was like interviewing a, like, kind of off-the-cuff person who's, like, ranting and raving. And she's like, wait, I know exactly what you mean. I deciphered it.
Yeah. Wow. I know. That was, like, a crazy... brain twister.
It was all over the place.
Yeah. But clearly, talking about Joey's dad.
Yeah, Joey's dad. I can't even keep the dad straight, because there's a lot of dads. There's a lot of dad action in this episode, too. Becca tweeted us that she didn't think Mitch did anything wrong this episode. I gotta disagree, Becca. You know me. I'm coming for Mitch. Coming in hard. I'll get to him later. I know I wrote it down. I was like, oh, Mitch, you... a jackass. Like,
that's hilarious.
Right, nuts about him. Oh yeah, so D comes in hot. He's like going up to Mr. Potter, and he's like, God. Oh, like, how are you doing? How are you doing, Mr. Potter? And he's like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. And he's like, and legal? And I was like, what? Like, it almost sounded like he was accusing him of like pulling a Tamara.
It was like, that was a weird way to say that. Also, so ballsy. I would not have the guts to just be like, to his face, a criminal legal.
I know! And as we'll come to find out, a dangerous criminal.
Yeah.
Not just a fatherly paternal criminal, but a downright dangerous daddy.
A double D.
Yeah, so he's like, why don't you and Joey use the ice house to study so I can sell drugs from it? And it'll be my cover. It's like very maniacal and very much putting his daughter and all of her friends in dangerous path.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jen's slurping down a coffee. She's just pulled an all-nighter. With who? They don't tell us.
With Jack.
Oh, with Jack?
Because he's drinking coffee too, so I assumed.
Oh, because it made it sound, the way he made it sound was like, wow, you were up all night. I was like, Jen's up to her old tricks.
Oh.
But I don't think that's true. Jen is in a really tough spot this episode.
Yeah.
She's talking in kind of coded language about teen suicide kind of abstractly. And she says that it's something that she thinks, I mean, I don't want to repeat it because it's like dangerous. It's like been proven to be like dangerous language to people who are suffering. But she says a lot. She says a lot of teenagers go through these feelings, and it's really heartbreaking. And they're on their way in school, and Grams rocks up, and I'm like, what the F is Grams doing at school? Screaming, Jennifer! For? Like, Grams, you missed your shot. And she's like, I've thought about how we ended things. And I was like, what? You sound just like a dopey ex-boyfriend of Jen's. Not her flesh and blood. How we ended things.
Yeah, it was weird that she showed up right before school also. It's like, Grams, this is, like, you know she has to go to
maybe
class.
She doesn't know where to find her.
But she should show up after school. It's like, It's like the worst timing, you know? Like Jen's stressed. She has to go to class.
Yeah.
She can't like have a long conversation before the bell rings. Like it's just like silly for Grams to do that. I don't know. It just seemed thoughtless.
Right.
And she must know she's living with Dawson.
But she's not living with Dawson anymore.
Yeah, but I guess like she could ask Mrs. Leary, like, where's Jen? I don't know.
And Miss Leary would be like, I don't know, Grams. I gotta put my own house in order, okay?
Oh.
Can't be worrying about your kid. I gotta track down my man.
Yeah.
Get this job in Philly, okay? I'm out of here. Oh my god. I would watch a Dawson's Creek spinoff that's Gail and Jen in Philly.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I would watch that. I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, Jen would be successful in Philly too, I bet.
Oh yeah, she'd be cool. She'd be cool. Yeah, so basically Grams wants Jen to come home with her.
Yeah.
And Jen's like, no, I'm going to learn to take care of myself with Jack. And she's like, you haven't even addressed why I left. Yeah. And I was like, but Jen didn't choose to leave. She was thrown out. So why she left was that Grams booted her.
Yeah, but I feel like they kind of had that understanding, like, they don't see eye to eye. They don't have any respect. They have to work out their differences. And if if she went back, like, that's all still true. Mm-hmm. So it would probably blow up again. So
yeah, but things
like
are less heated because she's had some time to grieve Abby.
Yeah, I mean, time has passed.
But no, you're right.
But yeah, I just feel like they do have to talk things out and like come to a better understanding.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that to happen again. Like, that's too painful.
No, it's just going to keep getting more and more explosive.
Right. So, I mean, I was happy to see that Grams came around, but like she did it in like
I was really losing faith in her.
Yeah. She did do it in a really high school boy way.
Yeah, I don't like how we ended things. Do you end things with your granddaughter? No.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Hopefully not. I mean, yikes.
Oh my god, this next scene too was another like, what?
Heavy.
So, yeah, Pacey is hanging out with his dad in the cop car, getting a ride to school, and here's over the transistor, the radio thing, the walkie-talkie. I don't know what they call it in the police force. But someone calls in the address for the ice house, and Pacey identifies it. Yeah.
Pacey eavesdrop.
He's like, hey, wait, isn't that the ice house address? What's going down at the ice house? And the sheriff, Mr. Witter, is like, don't worry about his son.
Keep out of this. Keep out of your father's business.
No, and then Mr. Witter just goes off about Pacey's attitude. He doesn't like it. Now that Andy's gone, he's got more of an attitude.
Well, I like this. He's like, you got a final today. Don't screw it up. Pacey's like, will your advice ever take on a positive tone? He's like, I am positive. You better not screw it up. And he's just like, I'm not sympathetic to your pain over this stupid breakup. Yeah. And Pacey still hasn't heard from Andy. Just really sad. I'm worried about Andy.
I know. I found that surprising.
Yeah.
The way
maybe her therapist just wants her to be like super focused on moving forward. I don't know.
Well, something happened later in the episode that made me think Andy was reaching out, but wasn't getting through.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, Pacey would be even more of a mess if he hasn't heard from her.
Yeah.
Like, it's natural for him to be like worried, scared, even sadder because he feels like he lost her. Like, I'm sure he's going through hell.
Right.
So he's probably like, I don't care about my finals, Dad. You're a jerk. I'm going to give you all my attitude I can.
Right.
But even though Pacey is, like, not a bad guy, as we all know.
Yeah, be careful what you say.
I know.
Don't come for Pacey. You're going to get in trouble.
No. I like Pacey. He has his heroic moments.
Yes.
But then, okay, Mary, at the
yeah.
school, who is proctoring the exam? It's not Mr. Leary. It's a guidance counselor.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Did
why?
Mitch lose that job?
Did he? I was like,
Or was he not
Mitch's...
the English teacher? Maybe he might have been teaching something else.
I don't know what Mitch was teaching. I can't keep up anymore.
You're so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that Mr. But it makes sense, though, because this guidance counselor is the one that sort of was super mean to Pacey, but then he took an interest in Pacey. And
when his grades,
picked up. And now he's noticing that Pacey is slacking. He doesn't even actually fill in a single answer on the test.
That's pretty bad.
Well, he's depressed.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be real depressed, though.
Yeah.
To not even fill in a single bubble.
Christine, he didn't give a F about school.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, you could see the Pacey before Andy not filling in a single answer.
Right, yeah.
So, this is a return to that attitude.
He's going back to the old Pacey ways.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dee's at the ice house. He's confronting Mr. Potter again.
Isn't that crazy?
He's like, you claim to love your family while trafficking cocaine through the family. And then they talk in circles again. Like, what if a man did this? Well, what if a man did that? Like, just own what you're doing, you big jerk. He's like, well, what if he feels stuck? And Dawson's like, unstick yourself.
Yeah, Dawson's like, I don't care about your excuses.
I just wrote down, why is his dad speaking in hypotheticals and excuses to a teenager?
Yeah.
Like, either don't answer his questions, fine, you're the grown-up, or own up. Don't be like, oh, what if I was a man who would do this type of thing? It's like, nah.
Yeah, well, we already know how sloppy this man is, like, spilling the truth to the teens. Like,
yeah, and inviting a documentarian into his drug smuggling house.
Yeah, he's really playing fast and loose,
He's
like...
bad at crime. No
really,
wonder he got arrested.
Kind of like almost trying to get caught, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But it reminded me again of, like, the theme of, like, your circumstances versus your love. Because, yeah, Mr. Potter was always like, oh, it's my circumstances, blah, blah, blah. But Dawson's like, that's bullshit. You could still love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is rough.
Yeah.
So, Gail is having a very serious conversation with her ex-husband, Mitchell. She wants him to move back into the house, take care of the D, and then D can spend the summer in Philly interning at the station, if he wants to. Yes, Mitch, if he wants to. God, Mitch is so controlling. And then she's like, all right, Mitch, I'm leaving tomorrow. And dumbass Mitch doesn't even react. I was like, this was my problem with Mitch. I'm like, you are clearly feeling a lot of things. You're hiding them. Even though you were leading her on like hell at that dinner the other night. And then making out with Kennedy right in front of her face. And now here you are acting all hurt that she's taking this job. When you're too freaking cowardly to be like, hey, I still love you. Oh, he makes me mad.
Yeah, these dads are cowards. Dee's
dad is another one. Mitch, he's another one who has to unstick himself. He's stuck in this jealousy and rage.
Yeah. I know. That was kind of heartbreaking. So I was like, Gail is giving him every opportunity to say something.
I'm so over him, though. I don't even want them to get back together because he is not good enough for her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, she clearly needs more than he can give her.
Right.
So she would never really be happy, so.
And he deserves less.
I mean, Gail is a catch.
She's great.
She gets a table at Entree Nous whenever she wants.
She's Capeside's favorite anchor.
She's got great hair. Love Gail.
Awesome hair.
I love Gail.
Great advice.
Yeah, really good advice. She can decipher whatever, any ever kind of like crazy word gymnastics you're going through. She's got it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he's like...
I can't name a damn thing that Mitch can do.
He can dream. That's about
Danny.
it.
Can he?
Well, barely, that's true, because he's like, I don't even know what I want.
His dreams aren't even fully fleshed out. They're just shadows.
Yeah, so sad.
He is like the saddest middle-aged man I've ever seen on television, and that's saying a lot.
That really is, yeah.
Woo! Okay, so the study group is going down at the Ice House, aka Stash House.
Oh.
Pacey's cop dad is strolling around. Pacey's dad is also like, Joey's dad, I need to talk to you.
Oh, right, yeah.
Joey's like super worried. She's like, what is your father doing here? And Pacey's like, I don't freaking know. And then Pacey's dad shows a photo to Joey's dad, and he's like, do you know? I don't know any of their first names. He's like, do you know who this guy is? And he's like, oh yeah, it's a good buddy of mine. He's a dealer. And Joey's like, stupid. What are we talking about out here, dumbass? And Joey's dad is basically trying to bribe Joey's dad is basically trying to bribe Pacey's dad with a free dinner. He's like, well, I come around when we're open and I'll give you a free meal and then you won't arrest me again.
Oh my god.
That shit is bonkers.
I
was gonna say bonkers and bananas, but I said bonkers. Let's make it happen. Bonkers.
Oh, well, that's a good
description.
It's really, I mean, he is the worst criminal.
Oh, he's a smooth criminal. Not.
Totally bad, yeah.
He's a rocky criminal.
Yeah, he's really rusty. My god.
Yeah, his time in the slammer really made it hard for him to do crimes.
Pathetic.
Oh my god. And then it's like, Joey's like, goes to Dawson, and she's like, they're never going to leave us alone, are they? Joey's like, mad at Dawson because she thinks that he should be mad about the cops hanging around. And she's like, you're part of this family now. And there's a quick cut to Mr. Potter holding his Coke close to his heart. He's like, you're safe with me. My daughter will probably die tonight, but at least I have my cocaine.
Dawson loved hearing he was part of the family, though.
Oh yeah, if he fell in love with like a mob boss's daughter, forget it. He would do all sorts of crimes.
Well, his morals might take over.
He might be like, I'm part of the family.
Dawson.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like he's shown he has better moral fortitude than that, but yeah.
Okay, Christine. Fine.
I don't know. We could talk about it later though, because it could definitely comes up.
It does come up.
Well, so Jack and Jen are drinking more coffee. They're drinking a lot of coffee this episode.
Caffeinate.
They are, yeah. And they're kind of off in their little section of the ice house studying. And they're having a conversation their serious conversation about Jen and Jack and their living situation and what's going to happen. And Jen, at one point, kind of gets the sense that Jack is telling her that he doesn't really want her to live with him. And Jack is saying, no, you're just turning my words around. You're convincing yourself that I want to not live with you, that I want you to leave. and he's like, is this what you did with your Grams? And Jen,
low.
I mean, this was kind of low, yeah, because she got kicked out, Jack. But he's
a
like,
victim blamer.
Yeah, he's like, I could see, I'm sure this is what you did, this is your fault, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm going to be homeless anyway, so you don't want to live with me anyway. And that kind of pushes her over the edge. She's like, fine, I'll leave tonight. Just like Gail. She's like, I'm leaving tomorrow.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm in Philly with my girl Gail. We get a 2-bedroom on Spruce Street.
Aww. But it was sad. I was like, oh, dear.
It's very sad. But Jack has a really good point. Like, Jen has a place to live and a family member that, wants her. Jack really, he's about to be homeless. Like, that's some real problem. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
He is thinking of what's best for Jen. Like, But obviously, Jen can't hear it in the moment because she's feeling defensive and hurt. Yeah, and she's just upset, which is very reasonable. And then she's like, well, don't worry, I'm just going to put myself out of my misery.
Ugh.
And then it cuts to someone throwing a Molotov cocktail.
Mary! I was like, what the heck is going on?
I was like, what? What just happened? Like, is this a mistake? Like, did I accidentally click on Handmaid's Tale? Like, what is going on here? It's crazy.
Yeah, it was really nuts. There's a fire in the ice house, guys.
Fire in the ice. There's some ice on that burn.
Ice and fire. Fire and ice.
Fire and ice.
Dramatic.
And stash.
Stash. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So the guidance counselor, Mr. Milo, he calls up Pacey's dad because he's really worried about Pacey because he's failing 2 of his finals. The dad's like, this does not make me look good, Pacey. And he's like, also, I don't want you hanging around the ice house because it doesn't look good for you to be hanging around a known felon. Uh-oh. Pacey is really pissed off about that. He does not want to leave the study date. Then the dad friggin' whacks him across the face hard.
Oh, yeah. That was bad. That was brutal.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Joey's dad in the house with the fire raging, flushing Coke down the toilet like a madman.
Yeah.
I was like, all of a sudden we're watching Goodfellas. Like, what's happening?
It was
Is this Casino? Like, Martin Scorsese directed an episode of Dawson's Creek.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was nuts. I was like, alright, Mr. Witter. Like, or not Mr. Witter, Mr. Potter.
Like, what got into his head? He's going to have his daughter and all of her friends over, and then light that house on fire and throw Coke into the toilet. Like, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
But he didn't light it on fire.
Oh yeah, I keep thinking that Mr. Potter lit the fire.
Oh, no, it was his competitor, I think.
I kind of think it was him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people keep saying, like, tell me you didn't have anything to do with that fire. And it's like the insurance claims. I think he did it.
Why wouldn't he flush the cocaine down the toilet first then?
Because he's a bad criminal.
That's so stupid. Oh my god.
I kind of think he did it.
But he spent all that money remodeling. So sad.
Yeah, but then he can get a good insurance claim.
Oh, I
guess
he
just
so.
Put money into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid though. He really should have took care of the Coke first.
Yeah.
But we know who we're dealing with.
Or
not the brightest criminal mind.
Gotta let it burn. I don't know. Really crazy. Just like a wild turn of events.
It was crazy. It was so bad.
Jen's like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna hurt myself. Molotov cocktail. Pacey getting hit. The cocaine. Like this all in the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah, shit's going crazy in the creek.
Really, really, really crazy. Then Dawson runs to the flames. Dawson has a hero moment. He goes running towards the fire. Jen, very scarily, she's staring into the flames longingly. I was like, oh, girl. Jack pulls her away. Good job, Jack. Dawson, quick as lightning, grabs a fire extinguisher. Yep. Joey's dad and Dee are playing firefighters, tackling the fire. They all get out alive, thank Grams is Lord. And Dawson immediately goes confrontational. He's like, is this you taking care of things? Go to the police and snitch like Michael Flynn. Mr. Potter's like, no, it's too dangerous. And Dawson's like, this is too dangerous. And I just wrote down, yeah, Jesus Christ. He's going to, like, set his daughter and all her friends on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then everyone's calling him a hero. They're like, the press want to talk to the hero, a.k.a. Dawson Leary. Ooh, Pacey going to get jealous. And he's like, I'm not a hero. Some situations are too tragic to have a hero, and this is one of them.
D. So dramatic as always.
Oh, D for dramatic. Dramatical.
So dramatical. He is a big time hero, this ep.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think we're back with Pacey and his dad.
Well, no, actually we're with... Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. I was like, I could have missed something.
Sorry, I just wrote down that there was a shot of Mitch and Gail looking terrified.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Pacey and his dad are talking, and the dad is. It looks like there's some like cop buddies in the background.
Oh my god.
And the dad is kind of like making fun of Pacey, saying that he's had his time of the month since his crazy girlfriend left. And Pacey just punches his dad right in the kisser.
Yeah, but you missed a lot of really good insults. I want to.
Oh, Mary, fill us in. I didn't write down every line.
Pacey's dad can tell that Joey's dad is full of shit, and Pacey's like, you don't know that for sure. You don't have any proof. And Pacey's dad is like, why don't you drive yourself home before you make another embarrassing comment? And Pacey's like, I think I'll walk. And then his dad is like, as if I care. And then Pacey's like, nobody assumed you did, Pop. And then he says the menstrual comment. And then I wrote a face that had its mouth open and its eyes really wide. And then he's like, hey, screw you. Don't you touch me again, ever. And then he's like, finally, my boy gets a pair. All it took was getting his heart broken by a little girl with a few screws loose. And he's like, Andy did more for my life in 6 months than you did in 16 years, you rotten son of a bitch. And he's like, I'll put you in the hospital if you ever disparage Andy again. And even if Mr. Potter was involved in an arson, he's still 10 times the father you ever were. I mean, Christine, it really blew up.
Yeah, it was dramatic. It was really dramatic.
It was so after-school special dramatical.
But I gotta say that the dad totally deserved it. He did have it coming.
I don't like him. He stinks.
No, he's real bad.
But notice, even if he was involved in the arson, everyone thinks the dad was involved in the arson.
Yeah, but maybe they just think he's involved because he's doing something shady that brought it on.
No, I think they mean involved like a staged arson, because everyone's like, how likely is it to have an arson? You know?
Yeah, but I feel like even if it's just an arson caused indirectly because you're doing something shady, that's still like a reason for having an arson. Do you know what I mean?
I guess. I think he threw it in the building himself.
Okay.
But that's because I'm wild conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I don't think that's what happened, but
I think
maybe.
I think it's what people think happened.
Okay.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah.
Can't wait to rub this one on your face. And when it does happen, you'll be like, I don't think I thought that. You'll be in denial mode.
You think so? I don't think so.
I know you. You'll deny.
I don't deny.
Deny. Well, you won't do it on purpose, but you'll just forget that you had this stance.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I will, but just from, like, how stupid you'd have to be to light a building on fire.
He's a dumbass.
Flush your cocaine is, like, a whole other level.
He's not thinking clearly. He's in crime mode.
Okay. It's possible. I mean, he's already admitted, though. He's, like, going to jail. He's not going to get any insurance money.
He hasn't admitted anything yet.
But
he's going to get away with it.
By the end.
Yeah, but that was before, you know what I mean? He didn't admit it until after.
Yeah.
So anyway, Joey's dad and Bessie are going over the insurance papers. That's why I'm like, he wants the money. And Joey's like, why are the police involved? And Bessie is a brunette now. But her baby's father is still MIA.
Oh. Still gone. So sad.
Still missing. So sad. The dad swears up and down he didn't do it. That's kind of all I have to say about that scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I really wrote anything about that down either.
She was just like, swear to me
Oh,
again.
yeah. She asked the dad who started the fire.
See?
Maybe he did. Yeah. I feel like maybe it was supposed to be like a red herring. Like, he started the fire, but no, he's doing something worse. Cocaine. I don't know.
That's a really bad cover, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, it's true. And I feel like at one point there was a conversation with the cops. I mean, I'm getting ahead of it a little. But they were
Yeah.
talking about, like, if it was his competitor that started the fire, maybe the dad could snitch on the competitor and get a shorter sentence if he cooperated to put that other guy in jail. But then we're turning into, like, an actual crime show, and this is Dawson's Creek.
Right.
So, I don't know. But then Dawson is having, like, a heart-to-heart with both Mitch and Gail at once. He needs some advice. Because he doesn't know what to do. It's like, shit just got really real. Joey's dad, the woman I love, her father, who she loves, is doing something terrible. What do I do? And they both kind of tell him, like, Dawson, you have to go to the police. Dawson kind of wants to give Mr. Potter some time. But his parents are like, no, like, you really
Snitch.
can't give him any time. Yeah, you have to snitch. Joey needs your strength. You have to do it. It's the right thing to do. It'd be right for Joey.
Like, she needs her strength, even if that strength doesn't come in the way she may want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't want someone snitching on my dad.
Well, of course not. Yeah. But I don't know. It's like...
Christine's like, snitch.
No, it's hard. It's hard. But
He
I
does
feel
have
like
a moral dilemma.
Dawson is like, he doesn't go right to the snitch. He's like, well, there's one other thing I could do.
He doesn't go right to the snitch, but he puts Joey in an impossible situation.
Well, no one would snitch on their parents.
Right.
Unless the parents, like, doing something really, really awful to you. But, like, you know, family bonds are strong, I always say on the show.
Yeah. If you don't care about your family, you're just a little snitch. Oh my God.
That's not Joey. Yeah.
No, she's no snitch. She's ride or die.
Yeah.
So, Jack, it's after the fire, post-fire, Jack confronts Jen over her fire lust. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not the kind of person that would take their own life, but maybe this was fate's way of providing me with an out. I don't want to die, but I didn't care enough to run away. And I just wrote down, give her an Emmy, goddammit. She did such a great job with that scene.
She was really good.
Really emotional and raw and dramatical. She was like staring off into the distance and her eyes were all misty and it was great. Apparently, Michelle Williams, in between seasons of Dawson's Creek, was going off to New York and doing like really intense theater off-Broadway in New York. So,
well,
you can see it paid off because she's
a star is really born. It's true.
A star is born. Yeah, it's very striking how good Michelle Williams is in the scene and how bad Jack is. Because she's like giving this really raw emotional performance and he's like, well, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's like they're in different TV shows. Yeah.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, and Jack's like, I know how numbing the pain of hating yourself is. He's like, but you can't push people away if you ever plan on being happy. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I think you need people in your life to be happy.
Yeah, I would agree. But what if you're like a monk?
Well, you have your other monks with you.
But do you?
If you're in a monastery,
like,
right?
Silent and like solitary.
Yeah, from what I don't really know that much about it, but I feel like you have your other monks and you're silent, but you're still together, like doing it together,
Right.
even if you're not talking. So I think there's some kind of bond there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, like, there are people that, like, are hermits and stuff. But I have to guess that they're probably kind of sad and lonely because that's...
Seeing slapping down judgments.
I know. I mean, I don't know. I get the impulse to, like, run away and live in the woods by yourself. But I feel like that would get so sad.
Oh, yeah. It would.
So, I mean, some hermits are probably totally happy being alone.
Yeah.
So, to each their own, as our grandmother would say, but...
Yeah.
I feel like the vast majority of us need human connection.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dee Goes
Oh.
to Joey to have some human connection. He's like, I gotta tell you the truth. He's like, you need to tell the truth, and he tells her the whole saga. He's like, you're not gonna like what I have to say, so I'm just gonna come right out and say it. He says it real quick. Your dad's doing drugs and whatnot. Then Joey starts blaming him real quick, like Dee blamed her when she gave him the bad news about his parents.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the tide has turned. Right?
Yeah, the shoe's on the other foot now. It's true.
Yeah, in a serious way.
Oh, definitely.
And she's like, listen, Dee, you better stay out of it because we as a couple, we cannot survive this.
Yeah. That's high stakes for Dawson. And
Yeah,
Dawson straight up tells her, like, well, that may be so, but I'm still going to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's like, I care about you more than I care about myself and my own happiness, so I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
If you can't go to the police, then I'll snitch. I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, he does. He really cares about her. He knows that it's dangerous with the dad around, so.
Right. Yeah, but Joey obviously feels like this conclusion to go to the police is being shoved down her throat, and, she sees things in gray, and Dawson only ever sees things in black and white.
Right.
She's like, that's why I was attracted to you, and that's also why this will never work.
Yeah.
Then
Sad.
Gail and Mitch are like toasting themselves, big upping themselves about what a great job they did with Dee. I was like, oh my God, give me a break. Mitch is suddenly reminded that family is important. Although Dawson has been begging him to be a father for months now. I was like, you had plenty of other examples where Dawson was asking for your help and you were totally useless.
Yeah, this seemed like too little too late, Mitch.
I mean, in my opinion, then Mitch gets down on one knee, begging Gail to throw away her career so he can feel good about himself again. And this whole speech, he's just like, I need you, I want this is me. I'm like, Mitch, save it. None of this is about what's best for Gail or what's best for Dawson. It's just you, as usual.
Yeah, and he wants what they had, and Gail is kind of like, well, we're not ever going to have that back again.
Yep.
So she kind of says, like, I still think I have to go to Philly, and, like, whatever we lost, maybe we can stumble on it again. That's her.
She's going to take the unplanned route.
Yeah.
She's like pulling a Joss Stone, like, you had me, you lost me.
That's hard. It's got to be hard for Gail because she really wanted him back.
She did, but she's making the hard decision, but it is the right decision.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Just like Dawson.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, you're proud of our son for doing it. I'm going to do it too.
Right.
Man.
Oh my God, there's a beautiful moment.
Oh, yeah. Jen goes... Oh, were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah, I did. I had this other note that, like, when Gail tells him the bad news, he's like, well, do you think Dawson will understand? And she's like, Dawson did understand. He understands how much I love him. I thought that was sweet.
Yeah. It is sweet.
But yeah, then we have another sweet moment. This was, like, great. This was, like, making me happy.
Yeah. This was a long time coming, it felt like.
Yes.
Yeah, so Jen shows up at Grams's.
Woo!
And I know! Yay! And Grams is overjoyed to see her, wants to run and give her a hug, but Jen's kind of like... Right. Yeah. Jen's like, I have a few conditions.
These are my conditions.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, she has three conditions. The first condition is that they have to address the reality of what didn't work out, which is kind of what Jen said to Grams when Grams showed up at school. The second condition is that, Jen has been through a lot, more than the average teenage girl. She needs Grams to realize that, and she needs Grams' support, but not her biblical judgment. Because she's been through a lot. And she wants them to be there for each other and to be a family.
And she doesn't want to be alone anymore.
Yeah, no one wants to be alone.
Very heartbreaking from a teen.
Yeah. And then the third condition is sitting outside on the the porch
Yes!
swing.
Yes, Jack.
It's little Jack, and he's coming too.
Jack is here to stay. That was so sweet. I feel like Jack and Jen and Grams could actually have a great time.
Yeah, that's a good trio.
I feel like it might be good vibes.
Yeah, I think so. I think Jack would soften Grams up a little bit.
Yeah, it might kind of take the edge off, and like, I feel like Grams won't preach as much if there's like someone else there who's not family. I feel like they might just kind of outnumber her a bit with like the youthfulness.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it could be good. It could be good vibes.
Yeah, I think so. And Jack is like respectful still. So it's not like he's gonna push Grams' buttons.
He's not gonna get any fights with her.
Right, yeah.
He had so many hardcore parents that you know what I mean?
Right. So he'll probably be thrilled with Grams.
Yeah.
And he gets to stay in Gramps' room.
I know. Hope it's not haunted.
I know, dear. Yeah, I was shocked Grams didn't clean it out after she was cleaning out his clothes right after the funeral.
Yeah, she was. Well, I feel like that's just another thing. The character. They're like, oh, we forgot that she did that immediately.
Like, oops, oh well.
Oops,
no one will remember because we didn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny. Oh, Mary, yeah, so this is the scene where we learn more about Pacey and Andy and the father, Pacey's father. And they're chatting. I think they're on the docks.
They are, which is where people usually go to make out.
Oh, well, maybe there's a plot twist coming. That would be a shock. But they're talking, and Mr. Witter, it sounds like, had talked to Andy on the phone, and he says something like, Andy called again. And I put again, question mark? Has Pacey just been kept in the dark on Andy's calls? Evil.
It's possible. That is
if
evil.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Wouldn't put me past him. Or I wouldn't put it past him.
No, I wouldn't either. Definitely not. But it sounds like this conversation, like Andy was being really chatty. I guess she's always chatty on the phone. Yeah. And talked a lot to Mr. Witter about what Pacey and Andy have gone through, their relationship. Talked a lot about how Pacey had helped her out. And it kind of made Pacey's dad realize, like, I didn't really know any of this. Like, I don't really know Andy very well, but I know my own son even less.
Sad.
It was a sad moment. He said, like, Andy's sweet as hell, which was kind of cute. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and he said that Andy said that Pacey was her hero.
Pacey's her hero. Yeah. And so the dad talked to the school. Pacey is able to make up his finals the following week. So his grades will be all right, presumably. And then, like, another really sweet moment, Pacey said that Andy wanted him to give Pacey something for her. And he gives Pacey a big hug.
Aww.
Oh, it's so sweet. And Pacey, like, clearly really needed that hug.
Yeah, Pacey starts crying.
Yeah,
and the dad also gives us a sincere apology. He says, I'm sorry I haven't been the kind of father that you felt you could share your story with.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that that's genuine and that he changes, that he embarks on a true change, not just a one night change, you know?
A lasting, right, yeah. That was sweet, yeah. Pacey kind of broke down, too, and was like, I miss her so much. You know, we could be open about his feelings, so.
Oh my
God, it was a little cathartic. Yeah.
Then we leap right into this final scene. Holy shite. Joey's dad is like, where you been? I made breakfast. She was with the cops.
He loves making breakfast.
And he's just like, oh. And then she asks if he's dealing again, and he starts crying. It's very, very sad. And he starts explaining why he did it again. He's like, I don't want to just be in survive mode. I want to provide. I'm haunted by the knowledge that I failed you. And Joey's like, we could have all died in that fire, and it would have been your fault. So, see, I think he did it, Kristen.
Hey, Mary, he definitely could have. He definitely could have.
And then he's like, and then he says he's sorry. And she's like, they're both crying. It's very, very heartbreaking. She's like, I'm sorry, too. I took care of it for you. She lifts up her shirt and she's wearing a wire! Snitch. Snitch.
Joey did it.
Believe it.
Mary. I know.
I wrote Joey wearing a motherfucking wire. Like her dad is a mob boss. I cannot believe he's going back to jail. Now he has to say goodbye to the baby, Bessie, and Joey. But he just leaves in silence. He doesn't really say goodbye to them.
No, he doesn't. He's
Just
shamed.
awful. And I'm like, did Bessie know? Was she in on all this? Does Bodhi even know that the dad ever got released in the first place?
Probably not.
I feel like there's so much to catch up on for him.
Bodhi does not look like a white baby anymore, though. I'm relieved.
Thank God.
I know. I was like, what's going on with
like,
this?
okay, finally.
Yeah.
Joey feels like hell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And yeah, she talks to Dawson about it.
Yeah.
And this is pretty gut-wrenching. I mean,
it's awful.
Yeah, it was painful. She basically tells Dawson, like, I hope one day I'll be able to forgive my father, maybe myself, but I will never be able to forgive you, Dawson. Ouch.
Certain circumstances love cannot overcome, and from now on, I don't want to know you.
I don't want to know you.
Devastating!
Really devastating.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they talk about it, and he's even like, they're even like, yeah, Dawson did the right thing. Joey did what she had to. But like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, Joey says you did the right thing.
Yeah, she does tell him that.
I don't. It's really hard. It's really hard. But I mean, I understand it too. She's always going to associate her and Dawson getting close with her losing her father again.
Yeah, it's totally painful.
Yeah.
Because she was so happy. Like,
but also, like, if Dawson wasn't with her, she might have died in that fire.
I know, Dawson saved her dad's life.
So she should think of it that way.
Yeah. The dad probably would have died in the fire if it weren't for Dee.
Dee was the one with the extinguisher.
Yeah, he saved the day. I know, it's complicated. It is.
It's very
really
messy.
not Dawson's fault, like, at all, though.
No, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. He
heard something he shouldn't have heard. He's lucky he didn't get knifed for all that he saw.
I know. He really was playing with fire.
Messing around, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just not that type of show.
They're not criminally savvy in the Cape Side.
No. He's just like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, he's like, you're at the police?
She's
let me
wearing
tell you everything.
such a bulky wire, too. She's so little. Like, if he
Yeah.
hugged her, he'd be like, bring a wire into my house.
Oh, my God.
F out. She'd be going to move in with Gramps. There'd be a Molotov cocktail through Gramps' window.
Gramps would be like, the hellfires are rising.
Yeah, right? Holy shit. Alright, listeners, we gotta talk about our dares. Now, Christine, you gave me some real wacky ones last week.
Oh, like always.
Play to my Subway for your troubles.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make you proud of me. The camera loves you.
Excuse me, listeners.
Bless you.
Getting
surprise,
over
surprise. I did not do any of them.
Oh, Mary.
I'm sorry to disappoint. I hope you can forgive me.
There you go. Wah, wah.
My apology tour.
So you gave me some decent dares. What drove you to your lowest point was one.
Nice.
I don't remember. I thought I would literally die of shame. I think that was one. Oh, and why are we so ridiculously intent on pleasing the people who dislike us the most?
Easy ones.
I thought about that one. But I actually did say, I didn't say verbatim though, what drove you to your lowest point.
Boo.
But my coworker was having a real bad day and I said, when did you reach your lowest point?
Oh, very, very close.
It was close. So I think I get like a half point maybe.
Yeah, you get a point. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
As long as you said it with the pod in mind.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this is a good Dawson quote time. And I was thinking if she was very aggravated. It's like, sorry. Oh, man. But maybe this week we'll both do our dares. And listeners, fun fact, Mary and I are going to be reunited tomorrow together.
I say this every week.
I know, but we do. We like to be together. And Mary, we can be, just like Mitch and Gale's song, reunited, and it feels so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, Christine's coming into the city because it's my birthday.
Yeah, it's my sister's birthday, baby. Everyone wish her a happy birthday on Twitter.
Oh, thanks, Christine.
Oh, you're welcome. You deserve it.
Oh.
We're gonna have a fun party. All right, go ahead. Tell me the dares.
I got some real over the top ones for you.
Oh God.
You can say your situation isn't mine. Throw some sass at someone.
Oh, okay. Your situation isn't mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say some situations are too tragic to have a hero.
Oh, a lot of situational quotes this week.
Situation.
Isn't that, what was that? The Jersey Shore? Remember the situation?
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Or you can say certain circumstances love cannot overcome.
Oh, God.
I know, you're going to be waxing poetic.
Yeah, certain circumstances love cannot overcome.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I could say that.
You gotta say it.
I could just say not at the end.
Oh my god.
Oh, alright, I just jotted these down. Let's see if I say them.
You can also say illegal after you ask someone how to.
It's legal.
That's a bonus.
That's gonna be the hardest one. That was like, what is he talking about?
It doesn't make sense in the sentence.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense at all. Alright, Mary, what the heck am I gonna give you? I'm gonna give you this one. If you see either a picture or it could be in a different scenario that someone shows you something, you could say old friend. Or just describe something as an old friend.
Old friend? What's that from?
That's like Joey's dad when he saw the picture that Mr. Witter brought over.
Oh yeah. Can I do that if a friend walks, like, because at my birthday party, can I be like introduce someone? Old friend.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Why not?
Nice.
It's your birthday. I got to give you a little gift.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote down that same quote that you gave me.
That's why I like to go first.
I know. That's like the tough part about going second. Oh, gosh. Did I write any more quotes down? Oh, dear.
Oh my god, I have like 100 more.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't writing as many quotes down. You could get down on your knee and pretend that you're gonna propose.
What?
To someone. Like Mitch does to Kale.
God. Okay.
And you could say, I don't know the exact quote, but maybe you could say to someone, "You see things in black and white, and I see things in gray."
Okay.
Yeah.
Will do.
I feel like you could use that one pretty easily.
Yeah.
So, I think those are your three, Mare.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. All right, listeners. Well, thanks so much for listening. I guess this wraps up season 2.
It does, I guess. I mean, it was so over the top. We're like really grateful that you're still listening. You're Ride or Die fans. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review on iTunes. And tweet at us. Feel free to talk to us on Twitter. We're at Dawson Cries. WAH Dawson Cries. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to connect with you. Thank you if you've already left us a review, if you've already tweeted at us. We can't say enough how much we appreciate it. It's just so fun to get to connect with you guys.
It's a bright spot.
It's real fun. It's awesome. So thanks so much for helping us reach this milestone of 2 full seasons of Dawson Cries. We're excited to come back next week with season 3.
Yes, we are. Alrighty.
All right.
Bye-bye, listeners.
Bye.